Hope you're having a great day. My name's Jimmy Lloyd. If you don't know it, I'm one of the pastors at Fairlawn Church. And this last Sunday, I did a message called Rejected and Infected. And if you weren't there on Sunday or you haven't seen it yet, we'd love for you to check it out. Check out the whole message. It's on YouTube and it's on Facebook. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to give you a quick summary of what I talked about. Now, rejection is something that we've all faced, everybody, no matter what kind of job you have or how much money you have in the bank or what kind of car you drive or how big of a house you live in. All of us have dealt with rejection at some point, so we can all relate to that. And the story that we're going to talk about is found in 1 Samuel. And Samuel is a prophet, and he works for the king. He works for King Saul. God comes to Samuel and says, hey, Saul's been doing some wacky stuff, some messed up stuff, so there's going to be a new king. And I've already picked who the new king is, and he's in this dude named Jesse's house. He's one of his sons, so I need you to go there, and I need you to check it out. I need you to go let them know. And I'll tell you who the king's going to be. Samuel gets all his stuff together. He gets to Jesse's house. He rings the doorbell. No doubt, Jesse probably had one of those ring doorbells, so he looked on his phone and saw that it was the prophet Samuel. Now, here's the thing that you got to know. Back then, in those days, a prophet was a big deal. They had like celebrity status. Everybody knew who they were, and especially Samuel. Samuel is the prophet to the king. He works for the king. So Jesse's probably thinking in his mind, like, why is he here at my door? What have I done now? What have my sons done? What kind of mess am I in? Jesse goes and answers the door, and Samuel looks at him and he says, hey, you got any sons? He's like, well, yeah, I have 7 sons. What's up? He says, well, one of your sons is going to be king. You got royalty walking up and down your hallways, using your bathrooms, opening the door of your refrigerator. You have royalty living inside your house and you don't even know it. And he says, so one of your sons is going to be king. Now, Jesse, he gets all excited. I mean, who would have thought one of his sons would be king? And the first son, no doubt, that comes to Jesse's mind is Eliab. Eliab is the oldest. This guy, he's well built, he's good looking, he has a great personality, like he fits the resume of a king to a T. Jesse probably goes to Eliab first, and Eliab's probably in the gym, he's working out, getting a swole on, pumping iron, and walks in, and Eliab's sitting there, and Jesse's like, son, I got something to tell you. Eliab's probably like, Dad, I told you never to bother me when I'm working out, never to mess with me, I'm trying to get pumped, I'm trying to get ripped. He's probably taking like selfies and stuff because I think that's the rule, right? If you're working out, you have to take selfies. You cannot work out. Like if you work out without taking selfies, it probably doesn't even matter. And you are looking for gains, So you got to take selfies. So he's probably there taking selfies and stuff. Jesse goes to Eliab and says, hey, Samuel is at the front door. Eliab's like, oh, Sammy, I saw him yesterday. It's like, no, not your buddy Sammy. Eliab, the prophet Samuel, the prophet that works for the king, he is at the front door and he is saying that one of my sons is supposed to be king. Now, here's the thing. Eliab has not turned in a resume to be king, right? Eliab's not in there working out thinking one day I'm going to be king. He has no royalty bloodlines. So now Eliab, not even thought about it, his dad comes to him and says, hey, Eliab, one of my sons are going to be king. Without question, it's going to be you. I mean, which one of my sons could? It's going to be you. You're the oldest. You're muscular. You look good. You have a great personality. He's here. You need to come meet Samuel because he's about to appoint you king. Eliab had no idea, was not planned until that moment, did not even think about becoming king. So now he's excited about something that he would not even have been excited about an opportunity that he wouldn't even have known about before his dad came and told him. Now Eliab walks out and the prophet Samuel looks at him and he goes, dude, this must be king. This must be the new king. You fit to a T of the new king. And God then goes and tells Samuel, he says, nope, he's not him. Man looks at the outer appearance, but I'm looking at the heart. Eliab's not the king. And Samuel has to tell them. Now check this out. This is the messed up part. Eliab has just been rejected from an opportunity that he would not even have known about, he was not even exposed to until his dad told him about it, until the prophet showed up at his door. And a lot of times we just skip over Eliab. We know Eliab is David's older brother, but we just kind of just pass him by. We don't really think about it, but think of the rejection that he's going through now, thinking for the few minutes that he's going to be king, and now he's like, nope, it's not him. And this messed me up when I was preparing my message for this past Sunday, because I can relate to Eliab here. Because back when I was in the 8th grade, I was very shy. I wasn't very popular. I kind of just hung out on my own and just stayed to myself. And there was this girl, her name was Melanie, and she was the prettiest girl in school. I mean, all the guys wanted to date Melanie. I never even really talked to her. I never made eye contact with her. She was way out of my league, okay? Never even thought about it. One day, it was during snack. I'm sitting out there in the courtyard on the bench, and I'm eating my chips, barbecue, no doubt. It has to be barbecue. And Melanie, I see in the corner of my eye, Melanie and her friends are walking towards me. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, is there somebody behind me? Like, what? She walks up to me, and she says, hey, Jimmy, I think you're kind of cute. You want to go on a date? And I'm like, I couldn't even talk, Never even thought in a million years Melanie would want to date me. And I said, yeah. I finally mustered up the words, yes. And then she goes, just kidding. And her friends at that moment began to laugh. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then I went to my friend Chris. I told him about it. He began to laugh, and I said, dude, I don't think it's that funny. You know what he said to me? Oh, you'll laugh later. Let me tell you guys, that was in the 8th grade. I am getting ready in less than a month to be 43 years old. I have not laughed at that one time. Never have found it funny. So here I'm just been rejected from an opportunity that I didn't even know I had until she exposed me to that. And when I was thinking about Eliab, I was like, man, God, why? Why would this happen? It just feels like God was teasing Eliab. And then I felt like God told me, Jimmy, how about if it wasn't a tease? How about if it was training? How about if there's going to be times in Eliab's life where he's going to have to walk away from things that he wants? And here's the thing. When God comes in and he blows you up, when he begins to bless you, there's going to be doors open left and right. And a lot of times, you know that saying, when God closes a door, he opens a window. I hate that because, listen, if we're supposed to be sons and daughters, he's our Heavenly Father. There is not one time I've ever made my kids use a window, never one time. Like windows are something you use, you go in and out a window when you like either are getting ready to get into trouble or do something that's going to get you into trouble or sneaking back in. We don't use windows, okay? But here's the thing, when God starts to bless you, doors begin to open. And when God blows you up, and this word is for somebody that's listening, God is about to open so many doors that if you do not have the proper training and you are not able to discern it, you could walk through the wrong door. Because not every door that opens up is your door. And you're going to have discernment to be able to say, that looks good. Yeah, that door's open, but it's not my assignment. There's going to be some doors that open up that you're going to have to walk away from. That you're going to have to say, nope, it's not for me. Now, if you walk through it, God's going to work it out. Yes, he will. But here's the thing. As God blesses you, there are going to be some things that you have to walk away from, some things that look good, some things that you want. And I just want to encourage somebody. He's not teasing you, but he's training you. It's training. And he's about to open so many doors, you can't even count them. You just got to make the choice, make the decision, have the discernment to walk through the right doors.